Hey beautiful ladies of my heart, welcome. This is going to be an in-depth video about under eyes. I know there's a lot out there, but I have my own way that I have been really seeing a difference with my under eyes and how to conceal them without them creasing, how to get rid of the dark spots or diminish them, not dark spots, how to get rid of the darkness, how to reduce the puffiness look. There's a lot of things to do, but I know we women at our age, we do not want to spend a lot of money. We do not want to spend a lot of time. So let's try to get this down in a nutshell. So I'm going to start with the night before. And the night before, after I've washed my face and I've put on my last step, which is the moisturizer, I will then seal that with Vaseline. Not a huge hold amount, but I will go all the way around because I have dryness here in this corner. Yeah, I will go all the way around at night with that. And in the morning, it's already soaked all in and I go about my morning routine. Then this is what I do. So what I do first is I take this peptide cream by Cosrx I got in my little travel set. I do very little and I go around my eyes. And I make sure it's going to be just soaked in. I should be doing more patting because of the delicate eye area. And then now I'm doing the patting. There you go. And you just want to make sure it gets in. You're going to let that set for a few minutes and then you're going to go in with your Aquaphor. Well, this is what I do. Okay, I do one. A lot of ladies say it doesn't work for them, so don't worry about this step. And I make sure I pat that in and pat it in and pat it in. I let it sit so that it has a chance to soak in. So I'll go on with my other makeup, my eyebrows, my foundation, whatever. And then next, I do color correcting. And this is by Nicole Beauty. If you've ever seen her, she is just fabulous. Her skin is beautiful. That's her little brush. And I put it on the back of my hand because we are going to build this slowly, all right? And we're going to start right where the darkness is. And I have a lot of darkness up in that crevice. And I go on my eyes as well so that I'm all nice color corrected. So then I will go over in the corner because I have deep set eyes, so this really, really works on my deep set eyes in the corner. You know, and you're just doing a little bit and you want to make sure it's pressed in. You don't want any creases. Okay? You don't go right under your eye. A lot of ladies have trouble, a lot of wrinkles are right under that area and that just exasperates them. Exaggerates them. Oh. And then you take a nice damp sponge and you go ahead and continue to work that in. You don't want to wipe it off. So you go. So then I'm going to take the color corrector and I'm going to go down my face because I do have darkness by the side of my nose. If you go down, of course I'm not getting right there now. I'm concentrating up there. What I really needed for my nose is to use my Smashbox Green. Or I have a L'Oreal green primer that will really help tone that down. Okay, I know there's a lot of influencers out there when you watch them, especially the ones that are younger than 60, 50. When they put their concealer on, it just looks flawless. I mean, it just looks beautiful. I don't know if it's a lighting or what. I have natural lighting, so this is what it looks like. I have deep set eyes. So you're going to see right here. And aside from caking on a bunch of foundation, you're really not going to be able to do it without it looking worse. So, but I saw an influencer, and at the end of this video, I will show you what she did and see if it'll work for me. Now, she didn't have deep set eyes, but if you don't have deep set eyes, this might work. Okay, I'm rambling. All right. So then, after that, I go on to my concealer. And right here, I'm using Nicole's concealer that she had. And it's in the color, I think it's like a vanilla. I haven't used it yet, so I got to shake it pretty good. But anyway, this, here it is. She has this little teeny tiny, very thin little doe foot. But I'm going to use a brush, a very small brush, because I want to place it, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand too, and I want to do it very little. See the deepness that I have with the deep set eyes? So we're just going to have to do as much camouflage as we can so that we still look like ourselves and not have these big old raccoon eyes. So I'm starting in, and you can always build it up. Oh, I got to go into the concaveness. See how deep set that is? If you have the same kind of eyes as I do, then you will want to do this as well. Then you take your fingers and you just carefully, there you go, and carefully pat it in. Now it's looking better. But you know, aside from just, see down there, and aside of putting like putty in there to fill them in, I'm just going to have to camouflage. And I think it looks good. All right. Then when I'm done with that, this is the step I go to. I take my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and a sponge. You can use powder, but I'm trying to find, for those that just really have trouble with creasing, I think the setting spray, especially one that does not have alcohol in it, and just really set. Don't drag or rub. Just really set it. Boy, I'm really setting it, aren't I? Okay. All right. So that, I think, and I've done that so far. That's what I've done on my eyes today. I think that looks really good. As good as it can with deep set eyes without making you look funky. Now, what they were talking about is getting powder that's more closer to your skin color to help with the darkness. And this is NYX. I'm using NYX translucent powder in medium dark, because I tried the light medium and it was too light. We do not want to have raccoon eyes, okay? So I have this little tiny pad. I'll list those in the screen. I'm putting it in just a little bit, and I am patting on the back of my hand. And I'm going to go right in where I still see some darkness. This eye is worse than this eye. You know, and I don't want a lot of powder. I just want to powder that area. Not my cheeks. Gonna have to apply more blush. Do you see any difference? A slight difference. Now I'll go to the other side. And right here, that big dark hole. And I know there's a lot of you that don't like powder around your eyes. So, you know, this might not work for you. Or after you do this, add some more setting spray with your little sponge, which I threw somewhere. Okay? And just, you're going to where the darkness is. But again, I have deep set eyes and I have little pockets here. And aside from taking a lot of time by sculpting and, you know, trying to cut, I'm happy with the look I have. I'm going to go ahead and take my Charlotte Tilbury on my ring finger, because I can't find my little sponge. I'm going to go like this. Maybe wipe a little off. And then I'm going to go just over the top, because this is a hydrating setting spray. There's other things you can do for your eyes to help with the depuff and the discoloration, and one of that is masks. I've always been a fan of under eye treatment mask. This is Beauty You Deserve 24 karat gold. I got it on my Amazon for cheap. Look at these. I mean, they're like, let me try. See how thin? Oh, and just saturated. And they feel wonderful. I keep them in my little mini fridge to keep them cold. I like to do that in the morning, especially after a night of where I have puff from too much salt, too much fun. Or under eye creams. Now, you don't really need an under eye cream if you're just looking for one for hydration. But if you're looking for one that's going to lift and depuff, that's going to help with discoloration, then find one of those, especially if that's really troublesome, because it really does work. They do work over time. This is one by Banish, and I absolutely love it. It's a very lovely cream, and I use that in the morning for the getting a little depuff away. And I also attribute my around my eyes to using my Nira Pro. And there is a Nira Precision, but this works just as fantastic. I've told you about it. And I really do think that has helped a lot with the depuffy, the discoloration, the fine lines and wrinkles. So there's many options. The Ordinary has a caffeine under eye serum. There's a lot that do, and they're not expensive. Otherwise, if you just need hydration, just use your really good face cream. I hope you learned something to take your time, hydrate the night before. A petroleum jelly or petrolatum is great for under the eyes. You don't have to use a lot. Just do that down here. Stay away from up under your eyes, okay? And you also have to have the right concealer. You have to have a concealer that's very hydrating, that's not heavy. I do love Nicole's. I think it's a very light, hydrating one. But this is $25, I think. And my Neutrogena Radiant Finish is less than 10. So it's all what you want to spend. You know, but I keep coming back to the Neutrogena. If there's something you would like me to try, you would love to know the comparison between the two, and it's within my power, I will do it. Lots coming. Stay blessed, stay warm, and be happy.